let's hope this works. This is Tina at Tina Stitches. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch. Sometimes I throw in additional crafts, but primarily cross stitch. You might hear my dog because once again she's going to be yappy. Maybe with me talking she won't be so bad, but she was starting to get a little bit, you know, so I thought, well, it looks like the camera's working now, so we'll do this while we can. I might only have one shot at this because my camera was acting up. So, yeah, today is Sunday, November the 12th. It is early afternoon. Now I wonder if I have to take her outside. We'll see. We'll see how well this goes. Let's try taking her outside and then be right back. Alright, let's try this again. Dog has been outside and I even brought a bone up for her to chew on. So, hopefully it won't be too noisy and she'll be happy and not make so much noise. So, gave you the date. Hopefully this is going to work. My camera seemed to be acting up a little bit earlier. I really don't want to have to do this multiple times. So, adjusting my slipper, sorry. Okay, it's been about 2 weeks since my last video, and I have a finish, another new start. I know, this is not like me at all. And of course some okay progress on my full coverage pieces. I believe I've worked on all 3 of them since my last video. And the numbers are bigger than they were, so about 1,000 stitches on each of them, which is, that's my goal. Then I rotate it to the next one. So life has been pretty normal around here. Halloween was right after my last video, and we did Halloween here. It was fun. I didn't dress up or anything like that, and I worked until 6, so we didn't get home to start handing out candy till 6:30. And the people who did come did really enjoy what they saw. We did a spooky type house, and one of the first people to show up was Wednesday Addams, and she told me that my house was creepy. So I got a thumbs up from Wednesday Addams. So it all worked out. We had a big spider set up on the side of the house on a homemade rope web, and it kind of some people were startled by it when they approached it. So anyways, I'm sure it was all fun. So yeah, yesterday was Remembrance Day and Veterans Day in the US, Remembrance Day in Canada and UK and other places, but Veterans Day for Americans. So, you know, just, it's not really a happy day, but more of a somber day, reflection, and such. But yeah, it happened to be on a Saturday, which was my day off, so it's not a federal holiday. It's a and I understand why. It's so that you don't take long weekends to just go off to do something in Mexico or something like that. It's meant to be, you know, you take the time off. If you are at work, you take a few minutes to say a moment, just have a moment of silence. Yeah. My husband and my son and I, we went up to the local cenotaph here and watched the parade, participated. So anyways, yeah, enough of that. I am going to get on to the whips, the works in progress, the things that I've stitched on that you would like to find out. Where are we at? So I guess I'll just start with what's the first on my list? Hatter. Where is it? I rolled it up a little bit in the scroll frame because of the, you know, comfort level for me stitching on it. This is Hatter by Gecko Rouge. Artwork by Omri Koresh. Here's where it was when you last, well, here's what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. And here's where it was when you last saw it. And here's where we are now. And this time I actually remembered to turn my light on because I think it did make a difference last time. Yeah, so been working on this side, bringing it up. Basically, I've been, you know, do a ninja stitch over here, and then do a bulk of orange over here. A ninja stitch, a bunch of orange, a ninja stitch, a bunch of orange. Yes, there is parking because this is all confetti up in the background. And, well, it's more ninja stitches than confetti. So, for me, the difference between a ninja stitch and confetti is just a smattering of random. A ninja stitch is a singular stitch, and then a single stitch, and then a single stitch. So, yeah. This is confetti, and this is ninja. And here's where we are now. So I finished working my, you know, 1,000 stitch goal on it. Friday or Saturday? I'm going to say Saturday, yesterday, because I only picked up Stitching Shelf today. So, yeah. So Hatter is now at 59,079 stitches. Not too bad. So, Stitching Shelf, my main full coverage project. I call it my main because I rotate between the three. I go from Hatter to Stitching Shelf to Inner Depths to Stitching Shelf and back. So this is the Stitching Shelf by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart. The one that I am doing does not have the medallion in the middle, so it is not the Stitch in Time. It is the Stitching Shelf. Regular size, max colors. Here's what it will look like. I think I'm disturbing her sleep. And here's where it was when you last saw it. And here's where we're at now. I've mostly been filling in up here and bringing whatever color it is over to wherever it needs to be. And then parking it. So, yeah. I have reached the bottom. This is the very bottom here. And I've put in a few stitches down there. This is stitched on 25 count antique white Lugana 2/1 half cross. That is my preferred. All three of my full coverage right now are 25 count 2/1 half cross. No particular method to how I'm stitching as far as like typewriter or block stitching, but I'm just going to call it radiant typewriter. I pick a section and I go out from there. And right now I'm working on the winter scene because it's technically fall. So that's where that one's at. That is now at 43,274 stitches. It is a little bit behind my goal of 1,000, no, not 1,000, 100 stitches a day to get it done in 10 years. But we're getting there. So I might as well show you the third full coverage. Inner Depths, artwork by Chris Ortega, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Here's where it was when you last saw it, and what the artwork looks like. And here's where it's at now. And I'm gonna be honest, this would be the first project that I worked on in the rotation after my video, and so I'm not 100% sure where I was working, but I'm pretty sure it was in this area here. So it's really not a lot that you can notice. Are you really going to be like that? So, yeah, I can't really notice the difference, but it's about 1,000 stitches. So that's where that one's at. I don't know if I mentioned I have a new start. Yeah. And I also have a finish. So I'm going to show you the finish first. This one has been 6 years in the making. And this is Donder by Nora Corbett. And I finally put on all the beads. That's the working copy. All of the beads and the charms are all on there. I used my clip-on magnifiers to work on this because this is 32 count Nocturne Belfast linen by Picture This Plus, and so the threads are puffier. I swear she's not like this all the time. I don't know why she's doing this now. Maybe she doesn't like me talking. Do I talk too much? I don't talk much at all, so it's usually silence. With Flosstube or other TV things on, but no. Apparently when Mummy's talking, So that was my finish. The other whip that I worked on, my work in progress, is project bag is under the pile, of course. Okay. Sorry for the zipper. This is a project that I like to work on in November because I associate poppies with Remembrance Day. And this is Girl in a Poppy Field by Vervico. This is the kit, and I swapped out the fabric because I didn't like the Ada that came in the kit. Here's where it was when you last saw it, quite a while ago, because it's been a while since I worked on this. And I want to put something behind it. Let's put this behind it. Here's where she's at now. You know what? I'm going to move that needle minder. Here's where she's at now. So all of this background here is new, and all of this is new. I've worked on basically the background since the 1st of November, and it's at just the right spot in the Q-snap where that's the edge of the picture. So once I get this filled in, I can move the Q-snap to a lower position and really work on the bottom. I will be working on this a little bit more because honestly, I'm on a roll and I really would like to see this background finished. I would like to work on the poppies more because I love the red. Those reds just really pop. But in order to work on this comfortably so I can go wherever the thread calls, I want to move her up in the Q-snap. So, yeah. I'm just going to get up and move her into her bed. If you're not familiar with Khaleesi, she is my 8-year-old little rescue that has rheumatoid arthritis and is blind. She knows when I'm talking about her. Look at her. Isn't she a sweetie? Isn't she? Sweetie that really needs a bath. Okay. There you go. Is that what you want? We'll see. She has a hard time climbing into the bed. It's just a regular dog bed. So we'll see. Okay, so Poppy, Girl in a Poppy Field. Yeah. Now my new start. So my new start was hard for me to decide on what I was going to stitch for my new son-in-law, because I wanted to make him a stocking, but I didn't want it to be I wanted it to suit him, right? And I could do a heaven and earth stocking for him, but none of the heaven and earth stockings that I've seen are, they don't speak to me that says, oh, that is Roman. So I've been watching Kim and Sarah for quite a while. They are the mother and daughter behind Stitch and Stuff. And Sarah had stitched this, and it never occurred to me to do this one for Roman, but after meeting Roman and seeing Sarah's finish, I was like, oh, light bulb, that is the stocking that I can make for Roman, because the first comment that he made when he came here from Mexico on the bus was that there are so many trees, big trees and little trees everywhere. There's these green trees. So I got Rosewood Manors Cranberry and Pines. This is something that I admired for the aesthetic of it and didn't know who I was going to stitch it for, and then it, of course, for Roman. So here is where I'm at. And this is just all the called for. Fabric, threads, everything. And that is part of page 3, I believe it is. Mostly finished. I believe this is the bottom of that page. And this is onto the other page. So, yeah. Not bad. This is not the full width of it. I just stopped where I was comfortable, and I can make more trees and then figure out where this actually ends based on the stitching down here. So this is where we're at. And I did buy all the beads as well. It calls for 3 packets of 3033. I know I'm going to need more, but I know that I already have more, so I'm not that concerned about it. And if I can't find more before I start the beading, I will do a mix or something. I'll figure it out. And floss cards. And here's my other puppy. Hey, Gidget. Gonna say hi? Come on. She was just outside. Yeah. All right, go see Daddy. The other project that I worked on, I know, there's one more, I forgot. What are you doing? Alright. So one more project that I did work on, believe it or not. A little bit of progress. Another reindeer. if you've been with me for a while, you know that these are languishing because beading is a whole thing. And that's pretty much where all of these are at right now, is just doing the beading. Part of the problem is the sourcing some of the treasures, because I didn't do them all at once. If you can find the bead packets, buy them. Magnificas are hard to find. I have almost all the beads that I need. It's just the treasures now. But this one had no beads on it. There was some more stitching to do, so I finished the stitching and started the beads. And here's where it's at. So I had to finish the snow on the bottom, and now we're getting into beads. So yeah. So that is all that I worked on. Yeah. So, I meant to mention Roman's stocking was started on November the 6th, because that's when Roman left us to go home. So, yeah. I do try to mark the occasion in my own way. Yeah. It was not a good day for us. But anyways, I'm going to go now, edit this, and we'll see if this video works. Yeah. I think I covered everything on my notes, so my next video will probably be in about 2 weeks. I don't really have plans. I should be working on simplicity. Vintage simplicity. So I should pull that one down for sure. But the rest of it, honestly, I think I can see Poppy Girl staying out for a little bit longer. And that's probably about it. So, until next time, take care of each other, take care of yourself, get some stitching in. Bye.